We are live, folks. I hope we are coming through loud and clear. It is another night of AoK Championship Wrestling. That's right, all your favorite heroes of AoK Championship Wrestling here tonight. Live for your entertainment and my amusement. We got a lot going on tonight. 9 matches. We're going to head to ringside. And we're going to see what can be seen upon the screen between Zoey, Yuri, and Empress, Sparrow. We'll see how this turns out for everybody this evening. A little bit of back talk there. Got a little bit of back talk. A little bit of back talk. No back talk. No back talk. We're going to head in Empress, Sparrow, Zoey, Yuri. One-on-one, these two ladies have been nose to nose. Zoey, Yuri attacking Empress Sparrow on more than one occasion over the past couple of weeks. We are 1 episode away from Elimination Chamber. We are that close. And these two women are going nose to nose here tonight, 1 episode out.
The following contest is scheduled
Looking to settle the main score Wednesday night. But tonight, let's get a little bit of those, and a couple of them jabs in. See what Empress Sparrow looking to put the smack down upon one Zoey, Yuri. Empress Sparrow, of course, as I said before, former women's champion, everything but the women's tag titles. The only title she has not grabbed in AoK through the ladies division would be that women's tag team co-strap. Of course, Zoey, Yuri taking Empress Sparrow off of her course and looking to grab up another title, keeping her out of the title scene with these attacks. Usually, at least she made it into the ring this time without Yuri attacking her. IKB in the house in the main event. My friend, 1 episode away from Elimination Chamber, and IKB in the main event tonight. Non-title matchup. Let the big guy rest up at least a little bit before he goes head-to-head against the Headhunter here tonight. Elimination Chamber. 2 Elimination Chamber matches tomorrow, or Wednesday night. I'm sorry, 2 Elimination Chambers to come for the world title, and of course for the women's undisputed title. We are going to take the top 5 wrestlers, and how do we want to say this? Non-story associated wrestlers into the elimination pods is how that will work. So once we're done here tonight with tonight's show, we're going to jump over. We're going to see what the AI has to say about Elimination Chamber card. And then we will look at the main roster and take a look at each division for the world title and the women's undisputed title. I wish we could do a tag team Elimination Chamber. That'd be freaking awesome. I'd take that all day long. Could you imagine? Tag team pods. Look out, Vince Russo, I'm coming for your seat. Got all kinds of action here tonight. We got a triple threat match coming up next. Or I'm sorry, it's not a triple threat match. I'm lying. I don't know where I got triple threat from. I don't know how to read my own writing. We got a Falls Count Anywhere match coming up. James Coleman taking on Alexander K. We got the tag team titles on the line tonight. The Fallen taking on the Hinkledimers. Gavin Wilson and Zakk the Ripper in the house tonight. Lilith takes on Shelly Steele for the women's hardcore title. Buffalo's Unwanted, RWP and Torrance Benjamin, the United States champion, take on the War Raiders in tag team action later tonight. The Punisher challenges Anthony Omega for the World Television title. And as I said earlier, the main event, IKB versus Headhunter in a non-title matchup. All that and more. Just a little bit later tonight, Empress Sparrow playing a little back and forth here to get back into the ring. Trying to get sneaky. Nice hip toss. Follows it up. Front face DDT, and Yuri in a bad spot except for that boot to the skull. Trying to get some separation, but does not. Finds herself upside down. Yuri, the recipient of a big vertical suplex. And this chat is quiet tonight. Empress. And there's rabbit shots right to the ribs of Yuri. And my ninja just took another DDT. She got a pinfall attempt. Referee Lou Sass a little bit out of place there. A little bit out of place. Fires off a couple of punches, a big kick to the head. Sends her for the ride, hits the ropes. Yuri dropping down, steps behind. German suplex into a bridge for only a 1 count. Are we getting 2K24? So far, so good. We haven't pre-ordered quite yet. But we've been talking. Hard to pass up a special guest referee option. If that's what it takes. And that's what it takes. And Yuri with the Zoey zag. Empress shoulders down. Is she gonna get it? There's 3. And Yuri bailing out here. Picking up the victory over Empress. And Empress taking her frustration out on... There's a fine. That's a fine. You can't go smacking around loose ass like that. You can't be doing that. She just put her whole fist right on the loose ass. Can you believe that? That's ridiculous. Empress Sparrow needs to be punished for that. That's not what's happening. There's no Bud Marvelous versus Prestige match. Knock that off. Knock that off. There's no Bud Marvelous Prestige match. It's Prestige versus the Coyote Kid. This game better get its shit together. That's all I can say. That's all I have to say about it. We're going to head to ringside here as Prestige, the king of old school. Goes one-on-one against the Coyote Kid. 2 world champs. Former world champions, my bad. 2 former world champions going at it here. Coyote Kid, the inaugural Money in the Bank holder, which we didn't mention during her matchup. Zoey Yuri, also a Money in the Bank holder. Yet to cash that in. There he is, one of a kind indeed. Prestige. The first 10 to this matchup. Early in the show for this guy as well. He usually bitches, moans, and complains if he's not at least after intermission. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, perhaps. There's Prestige and that Bud Marvelous having a difference of opinions over the last couple weeks. As Prestige, apparently a few weeks ago there was a tag match. Prestige tagged himself in. Bud felt he was stepping on some toes by doing that. Picked up the victory and celebration, but a little shoving match afterwards. And then that moved on to Bud Marvelous coming out during Prestige's match last Wednesday and going nose to nose with the man, his tag partner. Well, we still got whatever they're gonna throw up what Elimination Chamber next before WrestleMania. So we already know whoever Roman wrestles there is not gonna count. Right. Are they gonna turn it into a triple threat? CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns. Going to be interesting to say the least, because we still got to see Punk and Cody go at it. You know, that little mini match they put on last night at the Rumble. I mean, it was, don't get me wrong, it was exciting. It was good to see it, and I want to see more of it. But we're going to have to see a whole match too yet. And speaking of which, we got one right in front of us as Prestige goes to work on the arm of the Coyote Kid. Sets him up, half Nelson DDT, and a near pinfall. Very near pinfall. Drops the big elbow square on the top of the noggin of the Coyote Kid. Though I will say the surprises in the Royal Rumble last night weren't really like, I mean, I didn't know, nothing was really all that exciting for me. Like, not watching the product, anybody that was supposed to be a big surprise. You got an announcer in the ring, okay. There's Prestige with a DDT over the top rope. Planting one out. Yeah, and still, in all honesty, I still don't even know who that was or what that was. Like, again, I don't watch the product, so there's Prestige, Samoa Joe, and Coyote Kid. As the Kid goes flying over the top rope and crashing to the outside, finally making his way back in. And a hanging DDT. Prestige taking it to the cruiserweight here. This springboard up to the shoulder. Hurricane Rana DDT. Or helicopter DDT. Yeah, I will say I did catch most of what I did see from the Rumble last night was highlights. I watched all of the women's Rumble, and then I fell asleep. I watched the women's Rumble, and I couldn't even tell you what the next match was. I think it was the Logan Paul match, but I'm not sure. Not sure. And look at this, Coyote Kid setting it up, 814. Looking to hit it. Is he going topside? He sure did. Howl at the moon. And no pinfall attempt. Putting the boots down. And Bud Marvelous. Look at this. Bud Marvelous out to save the day. Out here to keep Coyote Kid away from his partner, Prestige. And look at this. Bud Marvelous. Just cold cock Prestige. Bud Marvelous just knocked Prestige clean the fuck out. And he is down. Coyote Kid goes for the moonsault. And Prestige able to get the knees up. Sets him up. Matilda's Kiss on the rise. And Prestige, unsure of what to do with himself. I think he's still confused about Marvelous. And he is taking it out on the Coyote Kid at the moment. Full rotation on that prestidigitation. Pinfall attempt, center of the ring. Referee Lou out of position. And the Coyote Kid can get the shoulder up. And good golly, Bud Marvelous turning on Prestige. Oh, I agree 100% with that. Logan Paul, yeah, I'm not a Look at this. Again, reverse. Coyote Kid. Coyote Kid looking to take it away here. Yeah, he's one of those people I hate to admit I like as a wrestler. Like, I really hate that. Single leg drop kick and a pinfall attempt. Prestige picking up the victory after that betrayal. I mean, did we see it coming? I don't know. I don't know. There was that drop kick. And the pinfall attempt, but I don't... And look at that. Marvelous busted him wide open. Still able to pick up the victory, but good golly. There's going to be talk tomorrow. Son of a beach. Bud Marvelous with the betrayal on Prestige. Moving right along as we get into it at Falls Count Anywhere. James Coleman taking on Royal Rumble winner Alexander K. Fairly even matchup here. Coleman on a good been through a pretty good run here over the last couple weeks, picking up victories left and right. And we're going to head to ringside to get this all started. Coming out first, the unpredictable one.
The following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere.
James Coleman, Grand Slam champion.
Making his way to the ring from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 225 pounds. The
And facing off against the number one, or I'm sorry, the co-main eventer of WrestleMania, AoK WrestleMania, Alexander K. Who at this point, as of this evening, Alexander K will be facing off against the World Heavyweight Champion IKB, the Iron Man Ken Bouchard, come WrestleMania. Now that could all change here in the next few days, as IKB will put the world title up inside the Elimination Chamber. We will find out later tonight who his 5 opponents will be. And James Coleman waiting in the ring for his man, Alexander K. This man making a hell of a show at the Royal Rumble just a few weeks ago, solidifying himself as the co-main event of AoK WrestleMania. Former Intercontinental Champion had a huge battle over that IC title with Prestige all through Season 2 and the beginning part of Season 3, as it turns out, where he had been injured and luckily able to return just before the holidays, coming back and joining us and winning the Royal Rumble. Tonight he goes on against one of the most fearsome competitors in AoK, in James Coleman. And Coleman, right out the gate, hits that sling blade and goes to town on the Masked Man. Twisting armbar, boot to the ribs. Coleman staying aggressive. Both men back to their feet again. Coleman steps under. Boot to the face, eat the feet. K back up, missing with that drop kick. Coleman from behind with a neck breaker. Alexander trying to gain some momentum here. Nice snapmare, follows it through with a kick to the ribs, the backside of the ribs. And ankles down, DDT. Locks up. Coleman sent over the top rope to the outside. Follows count anywhere. No escape to the outside, and a big disrespectful slap to start off that series by Coleman. Pinfall attempt. Jenna way out of position here. I think she forgot it was a false count anywhere. Coleman taking it back inside, so this dumb broad knows what's going on. Stopping for some help. Missing with that baseball slide, but able to must have clipped him coming through the ropes. He was able to get up a little quicker than Coleman on that and use the chair to his advantage. Coleman in the corner getting pummeled. Getting absolutely pummeled by that chair. And Alexander trying to prove that he is co-main event worthy. You're going to be in the main event of AoK WrestleMania, boy. You better be able to take down James Coleman. Because who knows, it could be James Coleman you're facing at WrestleMania. IKB has held a good grip on that World Championship. And he is not putting it on the line tonight. But he will be putting it on the line at Elimination Chamber. And that matchup will be, like I said earlier, will be against 5 other opponents. One thing to win the title, another thing to hold it as he has. But it's another to be able to defend it in a matchup like the Elimination Chamber. He has, and even when he lost it, he regained it within a week. He has held both titles. He has held both titles for some time. Look at this, Coleman looking for a wrap up here. And only one. No go here. Big finger in the eye, and follows it up with the boots. Coleman takes him down with that clothesline, and Alexander's head bouncing off of that steel chair. Look at this, Coleman setting him up one more time, using that chair to his advantage. Coleman being absolutely relentless. Man, what a shot. I can't believe Alexander K got back up after that. He did, and he ain't happy. Look at this, Coleman just tossed to the outside. Absolutely chucked that man to the outside, but gets caught up. Coleman looking for that bridging suplex. Perfect plex, if you will. And only 2. Only 2. The matchup continues, and we're moving on here. This is craziness. Straight up craziness. Look at this, Alexander K back inside after the steel chair. Coleman looking for it. Oh, catches him. Look at this. What a reversal. What a reversal. As Jenna may have cost this matchup as well with that ridiculousness. This girl better get her stuff together before something terrible happens here. She's going to make the mistake one too many times. And one of these wrestlers is going to have just about enough of it. You already seen how referee Lou got smacked around by Empress earlier this evening. You want to be next? Pinfall attempt. He may have it. And another 2 count down on top of that chair. Man, what a shot. Looking again. Coleman looking for that low drop kick. Falls count anywhere, but James Coleman taking it back inside the ring and gets caught up. Tilt-a-wheel armbar, holds on to it, looking for a submission. Coleman could be tapping out. Able to roll out. Coleman making that save and follows it up with that clothesline. A hell of a lariat to that. Scoops him up. Coleman looking for the A-Town down. Drops him right between the nose, or right between the eyes on the bridge of the nose. And another kick out. Again, this man keeping this move up. Alexander K caught up again. This time Alexander K caught up in the submission hold. Right at the edge. Falls count anywhere, no disqualification. Rope break gets you nowhere. But a twisting that finger may have done it. A little bit of separation, and Alexander looking to save the space. Wheelbarrow DDT, Coleman in trouble. Big right hand from behind, Alexander K. Back suplex. Can he follow it up? Look at this, turning up the aggression. Straight kicks to the face of James Coleman. Back inside with that chair. Coleman never saw it coming. What a shot to the back. We're moving up. Coleman being dragged out to the center of the ring. As our Royal Rumble winner, Alexander K, assesses the situation. Coleman gets himself back up and catches a knee. Catches Alexander with that knee. Springboard drop kick. Plants him. Coleman going to work now on the lower extremities. They're showboating. Showboating leads to ass whoopings, and Alexander K with the handspring. Off the ropes. Helicopter head spin. And James Coleman could be in trouble here. Look at this deadlift, German suplex, belly to belly, whatever you want to call it. Bridges it out, and there's two. Referee Jenna Taylor staying on top of that count for a change. Alexander taking a step back. Coleman catching him, trying to pull away, but again, Alexander turns up the offense, sends him into the ropes, drops to the mat. Coleman hits the second side and holds back, stepping out of the way of that drop kick. But again, showboating leads right to it. Spins him around again, looking for the submission for the second time. Is Coleman gonna tap? James Coleman in a predicament. And Alexander's got this locked in tight. Coleman trying not to tap out, able to finally break free. Spins him around. Sets him up, holds on to the rope, and a cutter. Hits him with a stunner over the top rope. And we're back outside. Alexander K ducks under, floats around, DDT. Coleman face first on the concrete. But back up, and look at this. Alexander K keeping it inside for the whole crowd to see. If he's going to take down Coleman, he wants everybody to see it happen. Coleman sent for the ride into the ropes again. Shoulder tackle blocks it. Coleman ducks down. A-Town down for a second time. Goes for the pinfall. Alexander K shoulders down. 2, and again kicking out at 2.5. I don't know if Coleman doesn't know what else to do. That's 2 of those that kid has eaten. Coleman has him in the corner and turns it into a violence party. Just beats that man from the top turnbuckle to the floor of the mat. Alexander K, I don't even know how this kid's still standing, let alone still fighting here. Helluva kick. That may have done it. He about took that man's mask off with that. And a 3 count at B. James Coleman picking up the victory. Here we take a look at some of the replays using that steel chair as help as often as possible, both Coleman and Alexander K. Using that weapon to their fullest advantage here tonight. Coleman babying that back right side a bit. As we get ready to head on back to the backstage area for the tag team titles on the line. The Fallen getting another chance here at the world titles. the Hinkledimers having a good time beating the hell out of these two, invited them back into the ring for this matchup, with the understanding that if the Hinkledimers lose the tag titles tonight, they will not pursue them at Elimination Chamber. But if they do win tonight, they will not face the Fallen at Elimination Chamber. It's all on the line for the Fallen. If they can capture gold tonight, they may be the first team to put another team's name after the Hinkledimers. Not necessarily, but again, in the record books, every other name is Hinkledimer. The whole way through, the Fallen Angels looking to take it away and keep it away from the boys from Stillwater. Chris Chaos on your left, Gabriel Lovecraft on your right. These two have come a long way here in AoK. Lovecraft having being a Money in the Bank recipient, tried to cash in and unfortunately got completely cashed out, as Adam Boone absolutely wrecked that man and that payoff, or that cash in, and left Gabriel Lovecraft hospitalized for no less than 2 months. And then another 6 months for recovery from that. Able to return to the ring. He joined forces with Chris Chaos, and here they are tonight for about the second or third time in the last 2 months, facing off against the Fightin Hinkledimers for the World Tag Team titles. Coming up short every other time, but as I said, the Hinkledimers offering this matchup to the Fallen with stipulations, and the Fallen wise enough to take up an opportunity for tag titles, championship gold at their fingertips, if they can just grab the victory. Homer T and Cletus J, the most dominant tag team in AoK Championship Wrestling. There's the titles. We're going to get the rest of these introductions out of the way here. Take it away, Mr. Wayne Kerr.
The following contest is a tag team Extreme Rules match and is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 391 pounds. The Fallen. And their opponents at a combined weight of 438 pounds. They are the World Tag Team Champions, the Bludgeon Brothers.
The Fightin Hinkledimers, your World Tag Team Champions. These two, man, these guys have taken on some of the biggest and the best that AoK has to offer, and come out on top more often than not. Head official Joe Burney says, let's ring that bell and we go at it here. Hinkledimer down and a fallen. Chris Chaos on his feet, gets caught up between the Hinkledimers. Gabriel Lovecraft doing his best here to help his partner. Trying to get some separation, trying to get the Hinkledimers away from each other. Get some room to work here. Homer T with the abdominal stretch applied to Chris Chaos. Lovecraft making the save on that one. Extreme rules apply here. Anything goes, it just has to happen. Pinfall or submission inside the squared circle. Look at this, in between both of them, Lovecraft with that handspring into a helicopter head spin. Brings it around, holds on to it as well. Look at this. Lovecraft doing his best to confuse everybody. We got a pinfall attempt, but that submission, Joe Brony was locked on that submission, giving Chaos all the time in the world to catch his breath and kick out. Lovecraft, on the other hand, getting that leather glove right in the leather face mask. Rolling to the outside, and Cletus J coming out with a kendo stick. Omer T inside the ring with Chris Chaos on the ring apron. Lovecraft trying to fight back to no avail, gets taken down by Cletus J. Omer T with a big shot to the back of Chaos, sends him into the ropes. Drops down, leaps over Chaos one more time, takes a knee to the midsection. While his tag partner Gabriel Lovecraft lands the snake eyes on Cletus J. All men to the outside, upper portion of your screen. Omer up and over. Look at this double underhook. Lovecraft with the reversal. Turns it into a deep arm drag and gets the advantage for the moment. But Cletus J sending Chaos back inside the ring as the champions hold the advantage at the moment. Rockin' Horns, Chaos, and Cletus J inside the ring. Well, and Gabriel Lovecraft for that matter now. Snapmare on Chaos. Lovecraft turns his attention to Cletus. Sling blade into a drop kick. Omer T back outside to go find help. He comes back with a sledgehammer right in the pootie. He hit him right in the hole. Catching Chaos with one as well. And the Hinkledimers. Look at this, Lovecraft. Springboard dropkick to the back of the head of Cletus J. Omer T taking quick advantage with that belly to back takedown. And now the sledgehammer again, blocked by Lovecraft. Chaos caught up in an ankle lock. Big driver by Gabriel Lovecraft, and Cletus J left alone in the ring with the Fallen. Omer T steps back in, and Chris Chaos right there to meet him. And now it's Omer time. Omer stuck in the ring with both members of the Fallen. Sledgehammer coming into play. Back and forth. There's a battle. Omer with the advantage. Sledgehammer to the midsection. Lovecraft takes a ride on the Russian leg sweep. Rolls to the outside. Looking for an equalizer as well. Look at this. Pulling out that 20-foot ladder. Setting it up as a bridge between the ring apron and our table. And both Hinkledimers on the top rope. Chaos. Oh, Chaos saved by his partner. Lovecraft entered the ring and got everybody's attention. But unfortunately, it was a sacrifice as Omer T squares off with Chris Chaos, and Cletus J takes Gabriel Lovecraft to the outside. And damn, what a spot there. But over the top rope goes tumbling out. Chris Chaos eats that clothesline. Ducks under. DDT applied. And this is getting rough out here. The World Tag Team Champions turning up the offense, turning up the heat on the challengers. Lovecraft on the inside with Cletus J. Chris Chaos with a back body drop. Or I'm sorry, a back suplex on Omer on the outside, and Cletus finds himself laid out here on this, I was going to say laid out on this bridge, but everybody down around and heading back the other way. Hook to the eye, Cletus J taking this Extreme Rules a little bit too far with that poke to the eye, double thumb. And here we go, everybody on the outside. Every time I say it, somebody gets sent back inside. Omer T inside, Cletus J left outside with the sledgehammer and the Fallen. Chaos catching Omer on his way out, DDT. Cletus J finally getting second wind here, sends Lovecraft into the post. Around the waist, picks him up. Look at this, Lovecraft again with the reversal. And there's a battle here in front of us. Omer T steps under, Russian leg sweep. 747 set. And a hell of a landing as Gabriel Lovecraft bounces his ankles off of the ring apron on the way down. And the Fightin Hinkledimers, the World Tag Team Champions, in control of the matchup once again. Into the desk goes Gabriel Lovecraft. All four men right out here in front of us. Big body slam. Chris Chaos taking an absolute beating here at the hands of Omer T. Hinkledimer. Lovecraft, look at this. Cletus with the snake eyes across that ladder. The sledgehammer just being driven into Chris Chaos time and time again. Rolls out of the way of that one, grabs it. Another fight, but again, Omer T coming up with the advantage. Cletus with that tornado suplex. Looking for the pinfall. World Tag Team titles on the line. Gabriel Lovecraft kicking out at 2.5. Last chance, at least not a near chance here of them facing the Hinkledimers at Elimination Chamber. If they lose this match, and it looks like they might, there's a 2. And again, Gabriel Lovecraft able to get the shoulder up. Chris Chaos would not have made that save in time. And this matchup has just gotten about as brutal as it can get. Lovecraft completely unaware of his surroundings at this point. Chaos. Look at this. Lovecraft tries. Gets met up with Cletus. Omer with the sledgehammer. Cletus J, right hand after right hand. Pinfall attempt, suplex by Cletus. Omer T looking to take it home. And the World Tag Team titles stay firmly planted around the waist of the Hinkledimers. Well, damn. Now I gotta find opponents for the Hinkledimers for the fucking Elimination Chamber. Hinkledimers picking up another tag team title victory. We might have to check title history to see what the combined time frame of this is for these two. This has been the majority of Season 3. These guys have had those titles for an absolutely ridiculously long time. But let's keep moving on. We got a few more matches. We are only just about the halfway point. Zakk the Ripper and Gavin Wilson. Gavin Wilson doing his absolute best here to defend the honor of his stablemates AJ Long and Adrian Arnold, who Zakk the Ripper systematically annihilated. And when Gavin Wilson tried to stand up for them, he also became a target of Zakk the Ripper, being choke slammed after his match last week. Tonight he goes face to face with the Ripper. And let's get that all set as the lights dim. You know what time it is. It must be 4:19. This is going to take a minute. Because Zakk the Ripper, the Grim Creeper, has found his way to the entrance carrying that smoking glass piece to light the way. As he steadily makes his walk to the ring, that cloud of smoke, that dense fog settles in the confusion. Settles the mind to wonder. Is he really taking that long to get to the ring? Or is that some weird effect that Zakk the Ripper has on people? Is that another mind game at the disposal of the twisted mind of Zakk the Ripper? As he settles in and steadily makes that climb ever so higher and prepares to make his way into that sacred circle, square, and prepares to make his final pass. Always to the left. We wait with bated breath because we know the party don't start until we exhale. And the Grim Creeper has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, Zakk the Ripper has made his entrance. And concession stand sales are gonna go up 33 1/3 during and after every Zakk the Ripper match. Now let's get to his opponent. Gavin Wilson,
And his opponent, representing
part of the trio known as the Squad,
Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 220 pounds.
the lone survivor of the Squad.
Gavin Wilson.
As Zakk the Ripper, as I said earlier, absolutely demolished AJ Long. And then set his sights on AJ Long's tag team partner and stablemate, Adrian Arnold, where he absolutely destroyed that man over a course of about 4 to 5 weeks. Gavin Wilson trying to make the save during that vicious beatdown. But unfortunately, it was too little too late, and now he alone goes nose to nose with Zakk the Ripper. Gavin Wilson has already seen Zakk the Ripper from the mat up after that choke slam. Referee Lou Sass back in the ring to officiate after that brutal beatdown after match 1, where the Empress smacked the shit out of Lou and then slapped the shit out of Lou for shitting. And Gavin Wilson coming in tough against Zakk the Ripper. He had picked up a victory not that long ago. Or I'm sorry, Eric Coleman had picked up a victory over Zakk the Ripper just last week, or just last episode. And the Ripper may still be stumbling around from that confusing loss. But he's got his hands full right now with Gavin Wilson. He needs to focus and turn his attention back where it belongs here, one match at a time. Easy way to learn how to count to 10 here, as the Ripper finds himself free falling straight to the ringside area. Back to his feet and back in the ring. Gavin Wilson feeling pretty good about himself. But that might be short-lived. And here come the boots. Zakk the Ripper dropping the ass cheeks to the lower lumbar and having a little something to say to Gavin about it as well. Look at this, Gavin Wilson getting a little bit of fire under him. A little bit of fire behind him here. Also, don't let Gavin Wilson's size fool you. This kid is absolutely one of the most powerful members of the AoK roster. Tapping in just around the the light heavyweight division. And Gavin Wilson may not be as thick across the chest and shoulders as Zakk the Ripper, but this kid is just as powerful. But I don't know about a shoulder tackle like that. And Zakk the Ripper with an overhead toss. That mean streak finding its way out. Look at that. Turns back and goes back to putting the boots down. Oh, Ken, I will say, though, since you brought up Logan Paul, oh, Jesus, nice drop kick from Zakk the Ripper off the top rope to the outside. Good golly. I will say he did not look like he appreciated Kevin Owens absolutely mincemeating his goddamn chest with those chops. He did not look happy about that. He did not look like he was having a good time. You know, KO was just laying those chops in there. And look at this, the Ripper celebrating while Gavin Wilson finds his way back to the ring. Wilson still on his knees here, trying to fight back up to his feet. Gets sent into the ropes and meets a big elbow from the Ripper. Look at this, overhand wrist lock. Taking his opponent down to his knees. Wilson looking for an opening here. Creates one. But the Ripper locks it back up. Kick to the midsection. We've seen this before, this gut buster. And it's usually followed up. He could be setting him up. Atomic elbow. Has him in the crosshairs. Nobody home as Gavin Wilson rolls out of the way. Wilson snagging him up. Down he goes. That may do it. Zakk the Ripper staring up at the lights. There's 1, 2, and the fingers are stopping at 2. The Ripper finds himself back to his feet and caught up one more time. Say it ain't so. Zakk the Ripper falling victim to Gavin Wilson. Is it true? Oh my goodness, Gavin Wilson. Gavin Wilson stops the Ripper. And the Ripper himself may be injured. Wilson taking his time getting out of the ring, but Zakk the Ripper stopped here. Has Gavin Wilson stopped the monster Zakk? What? Moving right along. Stranger things have happened. Here comes the Hardcore Championship. We'll see more about that later on. One episode away from Elimination Chamber. Stick around. We'll find out who will be involved in what matches for the most part. Of course, always subject to change. But we will take a look at what the AI has to offer for that spectacular Elimination Chamber show coming Wednesday night. That's right, this Wednesday. On Twitch here at AoK Championship Wrestling. IKB, you may be in for it. You wanted to do it at the Royal Rumble, but that didn't happen. Do you want to put IKB in 2 Elimination Chamber matches? Do you want to put the Iron Man Ken Bouchard through 10 opponents? Do you want to do that? We can. If you want to make it that, you want to go that big. We can do that. Women's Hardcore Championship on the line here tonight as the Lilith. The Lilith is Witch. The Witch Lilith makes her way to the ringside area as she challenges for the Women's Hardcore title in this Extreme Rules matchup. Will she see championship gold tonight? Will she be going into the Elimination Chamber as a champion? or has the backstage antics and outright public antics of her husband Prestige and the fallout of Bud Marvelous and the Marvelously Prestigious, is that on the back of her mind? She will need to stay focused in order to come out on top here against this woman, the women's hardcore champion, the warrior princess, Shelly Steele. It's another unlikely hero here, as this woman has not only captured the hardcore title, but able to defend it in multiple 2 out of 3 Falls Extreme Rules matchups. This is a 1 Fall Extreme Rules match tonight, giving her a bit of a break from that match type, as she has successfully defended that title, as I said, on numerous occasions. And the women of AoK go just as hard, if not harder, than the men of AoK when it comes to these world titles, these title championship bouts, is what I'm trying to spit out. Let me take a look here. Bouchard, I just wanted to look into this. Bouchard has been the Intercontinental Champion, or I'm sorry, the World Heavyweight Champion, since the end of Endgame January. I mean, technically he has held it off and on since September, of Endgame September. The Intercontinental title he has held since the middle part, or the beginning part of in-game December. So just about 2 months with the Intercontinental title solid. He's been almost solid since, yeah, he's got about 2-3 months on each, which is a hell of a time to be carrying and holding on to. And again, even when he has lost those titles, he was quick to regain them. Quite a few going on here. This young lady here, again, as I said, Shelly Steele capturing this this world title, this hardcore title, I'm sorry, capturing this hardcore title back in the second week of in-game January. She has been here as well as a hardcore champion and defending it just about every episode. But tonight, the witch, Lilith, taking her to task and looking to take that, put a break in that title slot of the record books. Lilith going to work here, gets blocked, steps under, octopus stretch by Shelly Steele. Rolling back around, big spear by Lilith. She absolutely planted her with that. Scoops her up. World's strongest slam. And Shelly Steele right back into the ring, but again getting caught up by a right hand. But Lilith gets caught herself as Shelly Steele sends her into the turnbuckle and a crossbody through and a springboard to follow it up. Shelly Steele did not come to play tonight. Gets a 2 count out of that. Thought she had it though. Knows she's going to have to work a little bit harder now. Lilith, of course, also a former hardcore champion, as well as a former women's undisputed champion. Shelly Steele out and under the ring, coming back in with a kendo stick, and Lilith just let it happen. I don't think she believed she was going to hit her with that. And she has not quit trying ever since. There's another one to the forehead, one more to the forehead. And Lilith has had enough, takes the kendo stick, and turnabout's fair play. Drops it down, Steele, fisherman's hook, block, reverses, bridging. Not enough to hold her. Looked like she was going to go for a bridging pin there. But Lilith sets her up to the shoulder, drops her face first. But Shelly Steele right back up. fisherman hook suplex. And again, Lilith, too strong, not enough to keep her down, even for the 1 count. But here we go, boot to the face and a pinfall attempt. Only one as Lilith again finds her adversary with the kendo stick. Now look at this, Steel drops the kendo stick, goes for the suplex, and holds onto it for a double down. Big right hand, Shelly Steel goes to work with the kendo stick again. Swing and a miss on that one. Right hand. The Witch's Grimoire. Pinfall attempt. No hardcore, no. Let's say new hardcore champion, but Shelly Steel gets the shoulder up at 2 3/4. And Lilith undecided. I'm not sure if she thought for a moment about grabbing another weapon, but decides that a knee will be weapon enough. Pulls her to the center of the ring, headlock and a noogie before going back to work with the kendo stick. Look at this AoK crowd coming to life here as Shelly Steel makes it back to her feet. And again, Shelly to the outside. Coming back, grabs up a ladder. Inside the ring, here we go. Shelly Steel meets Lilith into the ropes, brings her off and all the way up, spine buster. Lilith goes for a swing of the kendo stick, but finds herself up in a fireman's carry. GTS, no, didn't catch it. Lilith back to her feet with a little bit of help from Shelly. And Steel again, heading to the outside. What's she got in mind here as Lilith makes her way back to her feet? Another kendo stick. It's a race around the ring, and Lilith again comes up short as Shelly Steel catches her one more time square between the eyes with that kendo stick. And again, the beatdown continues. Lilith again regains the kendo stick, but unable to make a shot as she gets beaten into submission over here in the corner of the guardrail. Shelly Steel back outside with another kendo stick, and again the beatings continue. Rolls out of the way, Lilith back to her feet, Superman punch. Too little too late as we get sent up towards the ramp area. This hardcore championship, I said these ladies are going to go harder than the men. And we are clear up at the base of that metal ramp. And these women are taking this fight all the way to the back by the looks of it. Extreme rules apply. No matter how far from the ring you do get, you got to still take your opponent back in as Shelly Steel gets her head slammed hard on that diamond-plated ramp. Lilith pulling out absolutely all the stops at the moment. Twisting armbar and a twisting, look at this. Slap to the back of the head and a world's strongest slam right on the concrete. No padding in that area. That is nothing more than arena floor. And Lilith having words with Shelly Steel. Big catch. Look at this. Reverses it. Back down to the concrete we go with a hip toss. Shelly Steel circling around and going to work on the knee of the Witch. Looking to take some mobility away from her opponent. And again, don't let Shelly Steel's small stature fool you. This lady is a hardcore champion for a reason, and she has held on to that title for some amount of time. She's as tough as they come. And she is still going at it here against the Witch Lilith. And I will say, holding her own as well as Lilith. Look at this. Kick to the midsection. And another DDT again, landing hard. Landing hard on that concrete. Back to their feet, both women back up. And Shelly with another fisherman hook suplex, and again catching her opponent on the concrete. Drapes the arm, has her up, brings her down with a gourd buster on the concrete, but Lilith right back to her feet. These almost supernatural powers. Just almost immune to some of these, to some of the pain here. As she breaks it down with an armbar. And even if the hardcore champion submits here on the outside, it matters not. It has to take place inside the ring in an Extreme Rules matchup. And these two women are absolutely beating the hell out of each other. Here at ringside, look at this, sets her up, Bulldog. Again, face first to the concrete. Lilith might be out after that knee. But Shelly still not done yet. Grabs up the kendo stick. And a shot to the ribs. But again, Lilith back up. Back to her feet. Goes for that wrist lock. And still again fires off a series of rights and lefts. Follows it up with that hammerous clothesline. Another right-left combo. Up and back down, face first she goes. High angle STO. And Shelly still continues the assault. The women's hardcore title set up here to be on the line. And Shelly still absolutely dominating this portion of the matchup. Pulls her back. From a deadlift all the way back onto the shoulders. Again, helping her opponent up. Fires off another series of blows. Before again going into this double suplex. Rolls her up for the second time. And Lilith. I was going to say I don't know how much more she has, but she may have dug deep to find it. As she sends the hardcore champion back inside the ring, we have a ladder still laid out. But she stops under the apron to come back with a baseball bat. And a big double drop kick. Puts her down top rope. Multiple spins, pinfall attempt. And the hardcore title stays put. No, it doesn't. Lilith kicking out at 2.5. Unbelievable. Shelly still directly to the outside. And it is time to play the game as she comes back with the sledgehammer. Missing with the Superman punch. Missing with the grab. Lilith turns it around. Witch's Grimoire. Hardcore title on the line. And we have a brand new hardcore champion. The Witch Lilith securing the victory. As we take a look at some of the replays here again. This kip up. Right into it again. Earlier, the Witch's Grimoire. This double somersault senton across the chest cavity. Still not enough to keep the Witch Lilith from capturing the Women's Hardcore Championship. Again, one thing to capture a title. It is something else altogether to hold on to it. Let's head backstage for some more tag team champion, or some more tag team action. Sorry about that. Little stutter step there. As the War Raiders, Big Bad Adam Boone and the Torpedo Conor Riley take on the highest man in the room, RWP. And his partner, the almighty Torrance Benjamin, United States champion, collectively known as Buffalo's Unwanted. And they are looking to find their way up through the tag team division. Again, Torrance Benjamin currently carrying the United States title. And doing a ridiculously good job of it at that. Coming out first. Big bad Adam Boone. He is obviously on your right. And Connor Riley on your left. The Torpedo. These two, part of the stable of the War Raiders, the main focus of the War Raiders, along with James Coleman and Morgan Quinn. A stable like none other, able to hold it together, a four-man, four-person stable. Unfortunately, not able to hold multiple titles at any given time, and there's a reason I'm mentioning that. The War Raiders, collectively, of the four of them, are all world championship material. They have all carried the world tag titles. As I said earlier, Coleman at some point or another has held every title available. RWP, on the other hand, coming in with Buffalo's Unwanted, along with Torrance Benjamin and A. Lynn Potter. The Almighty already capturing up the United States Championship and holding on to it for the past couple of weeks, as that man has been the United States Champion since in-game February. Now, granted, we are only in the second or third week, the third or fourth week of February, but this man has defended that title well and often. Let's see how they do in tag team action here tonight, as the War Raiders take on Buffalo's Unwanted. And so far, a pretty evenly matched up here, as Boone finally takes down the U.S. champ. But RWP with a big slam. On Connor Riley, then following up off that springboard, taking down Boone. And Torrance Benjamin could be celebrating a bit early, as Boone catches him up here. Has him by the throat, and a big gut shot sends him into the turnbuckle. Connor Riley finds his way. Look at this. Jenna Taylor getting in the way there of Big Bad, causing a little bit of confusion and a whole bunch of missteps here. And now the War Raiders with the advantage. We got a pinfall attempt. Connor Riley looking to take out the United States champion early. I believe me, Torpedo, it's going to take a bit more than that little bit of offense given out to put down the Almighty. Back inside the ring he goes. Adam Boone taking down RWP here on the outside. Double underhook, and look at this. Torrance Benjamin just absolutely launched the Torpedo. He turns his attention to RWP, leaving Boone with Torrance Benjamin, loses him across the mat before walking all over the Almighty. Buffalo's Unwanted looking to needing to make a statement here tonight. And this is not it, as Torrance Benjamin finds himself face down on the mat again here in front of us. Sent back inside as RWP gets launched to the side here by Adam Boone, and again from behind, Connor Riley. These two working very well as a tag team, as they should. The cohesiveness with the War Raiders. Switching back and forth, Connor Riley coming back in, catching Torrance Benjamin by surprise. RWP pulled back, and look at this, Connor Riley over the top rope, suicide dive. Lands big on Torrance Benjamin, and Adam Boone and RWP right at it. Up on the ring apron. Big back-bodied suplex. I'm sorry, back suplex, and man, oh man, is RWP in trouble here. Trying to catch the big man by surprise. Luthez press takes Adam Boone down, and RWP needs to stick to the dirty tactics against someone the size of Big Bad. Off the ropes, coming in, running senton, springboard, catches him full frontal, forearm across the nose, and Torrance Benjamin trying to gain some kind of composure back against the torpedo. Nice series of defensive blocks. Up to the shoulders goes the torpedo. GTS. Connor Riley could be out cold here at ringside. RWP on the top rope. Leaps out. No one gets higher. Big knee to the face, and Big Bad Adam Boone finds himself on the falling end of a psycho cutter. Pinfall attempt. Jenna Taylor counts the mat 2 times. Seemed a little slow if you ask me, but nobody asked me, so I'm going to continue my commentary. Connor Riley catching Torrance Benjamin here at ringside. I believe he may have busted Torrance Benjamin open with that last shot. The United States champ has been busted open. He's been busted open bad. And Connor Riley is paying the price of that, as both members of Buffalo's Unwanted turn up the heat on the torpedo. Look at this. RWP with a DDT. Dropping Boone. Double underhook by the Almighty. Side effect. Pinfall attempt. Boone's shoulders are down. And Buffalo's Unwanted picks up a major victory here for themselves. Newcomers dropping the War Raiders. Things are about to get funky in the tag team division here.
Here are your winners.
As the War Raiders have been having issues with Pedro the Owl and the Coyote Kid. Of course, the Coyote Kid fallen victim to Prestige earlier tonight. With this pinfall victory, and a clean victory it was, over the War Raiders, Buffalo's Unwanted has moved up the ladder. But where does that put the War Raiders in response to the tag team titles? Again, something we have to look at, because the tag team titles are on the line at Elimination Chamber, but it will not be the Fallen who will challenge after the stipulation of tonight's matchups. The Fallen were given the opportunity at the tag titles tonight, with the understanding that if they did not capture them, they would not see them at Elimination Chamber. Let's take it to the World Television title here. The last title match for the night, but not our main event. The Punisher looking to take the television title away from Anthony Omega. Last episode, it was the other member of the BMF challenging Anthony Omega for this television title. The Cruiserweight Champion, the Hardcore Degenerate. Now, I told you earlier, I had brought up the fact that the War Raiders collectively had not captured a group of titles. The reason I bring that up is the BMF, with 3 members, now hold the world title, the Intercontinental title, the Cruiserweight title, and they are looking to capture the television title here tonight. That leaves very few titles left for a single stable to have grabbed up. This, my friends, is gonna get weird. This is gonna get real weird here, as the BMF have started this campaign. As I said, they have captured multiple titles. The leader of the BMF, the Iron Man Ken Bouchard, holds the world title and the Intercontinental title himself. Both titles around the waist of one man. The Punisher's tag team partner, the Hardcore Degenerate, holds the Cruiserweight title. Things could get real funky real quick. Unless Anthony Omega, who in his own right, his own stable, Destruction Incorporated, hold 2 titles of their own. The aforementioned World Television title, which will be on the line up for grabs here in just a few moments. But his stablemate, Psychosis, holds the AoK Men's Hardcore title. And they are always on the lookout for the World Tag Team titles. So the title divisions here, the opportunities to grab these belts, they are all there in AoK, as I just mentioned. We have a few that hold multiple titles. Alliances mean a lot here in AoK. Alliances, forming groups, stabilizing, strength in numbers, seems to be where it's at for those titles, for those title wearers. As your television champion makes his way around the ring area here, showing off that belt, we about to get some close-ups of it. Our co-main event, the World Television Championship, on the line. As referee Jenna Taylor will be officiating. We're going to let Wayne Kerr talk about some of this for us. Well, I tried to set the world on fire. Rocket Man, Anthony Omega, the World Television Champion, and a good television champion he is. Has been television champion for just about a month, just about an in-game month, which is just about the same thing here in my opinion. We're pretty close to being the same setup when it comes to that. So yeah, that's where we're at. We build champions here in AoK. A big shout out to IKB on that one. Also, in the very near future, when it comes time, we'll be making some more adjustments to the stream here in the future. We got some cool things coming up, hopefully, that we can make some things happen here and make this a little more interesting, a little more fun as we move forward through not only the year 2024, but also, as we spoke earlier, 2K24 will be coming down the boulevard much quicker, a lot sooner than it feels. So, of course, we'll be getting ready for all that. So much to go through on that, and again, we're about to start a whole nother learning curve as we get ready for new matchups, new wrestlers, new match types. Boost to the rivalry system. Hopefully, believe it, hopefully they can give us a fixed universe mode. In a perfect world, 2K will do everything right and everything will work the way it's supposed to. And if it does, man, we're gonna be in for a good season 4 or season 5 area time. I'm telling you right now, the Punisher living up to his name here. As Anthony Omega had gone out of the ring and gotten himself a steel chair, set it up in the corner, but the Punisher able to make up a good portion of this matchup with some offense and some good defense. Unfortunately, taking that knee to the upper ribs may have just cost him a matchup. No title for you, sir. Kick out at 2. And Omega getting a little brave there. Kind of taunting his opponent. Catches himself up into an abdominal stretch and able to reverse it all back out. Nice takedown. Look at that. Good God, did you see that? The Punisher ate that enziguri, shook it off, and just absolutely went wild with that steel chair. And Anthony Omega may pay the price for that single kick. And here he goes, up in the air and back down, a choke slam. And he ain't done. He chucks him one more time. The World Television Champion down, look at this, catches him up, goes for a roll-up, gets a 1 count on it. Both men back to their feet, the Punisher, handful of hair, knuckles right between the eyes. Anthony Omega trying to get back up to his feet on his own, but gets another knee to the face. Look at this, Punisher to the outside, back under the ring ropes, or back under the ring apron. And the crowd asked for it, this man bringing us out a table. And Omega wants none of it. Wants none of it. Guillotine, drops his man across the top rope, goes and gets himself a steel chair. And unable to use it as the Punisher. Look at this, the back and forth, back and forth. Anthony Omega, double underhook, up he goes, drops him. What a suplex maneuver that was. And Anthony Omega, the World Television Champion, coming to life here at the moment, going for that steel chair, but again the Punisher one step quicker from behind. Hits him with a throat chop. Omega bouncing out of the way and sidestepped again by the Punisher. And again, the punishment, no pun intended, that's a whole lot of puns. Doling it out here, rubbing Omega's face in the mat. Look at this. Sleeper. Good night, Irene. Anthony Omega looking to end this match old school. Punisher drops it out here with the jawbreaker. Sent to the ropes. Omega comes off quick. Right into a back elbow. And again, the Punisher puts the boots down. And again, taking his time here, slowing it down, rubbing this man's face in the mat. Back to that steel chair, and again, into the turnbuckles with it. Turns it around and hides that. It's an Extreme Rules match, but this man hides a bare knuckle punch. Goes for it, Omega. With an elbow to the throat. Staggers his opponent. Television champ. Sets him up, suplex. The chair's not where he thought. He goes to the corner, comes out quick. Across, Superman punch, nobody home. Omega ducks under a clothesline, collar and elbow, headlock and a noogie. The noogie too much. Taking down Anthony Omega, the television champion, in a bad spot. As the challenger, again, steel chair, didn't like it in that corner, decides to move it. Not sure what the big deal was, but circles back around with that big knee to the face. A little skip-de-doo before the elbow drop. Off the ropes, head full of steam, goes for the leg drop, nobody there. Hulk Hogan, you're not. And Anthony Omega goes to town on the Punisher. The World Television Championship on the line, and this man is looking to retain it. And he may do it with a submission. Trying to break the shoulder. No go. Goes for the pinfall instead. Television title. No. A kick out by the challenger, and Omega back over for that steel chair, but again. Too little too late. And a choke slam sets him up, drives him down on the leg of that chair. And I think Omega can't feel his arm. Did you see that? As soon as he landed, he shook his hand. I don't think Omega can feel his right arm. Chair shot to the head. Pinfall attempt. Jenna Taylor here to make the pinfall for the title. And only two. Omega still in this. Though whether or not he's at 100% remains to be seen. As the Punisher has kept Omega on the mat. For the majority of the last few minutes here, he's back up. Goes for a kick, misses. The Punisher again from the side up to the shoulder. Standing power slam. Omega again back to his feet. Gets his opponent up, knee to the face. Still, it's not that he's not using that right arm, but he's not really using that right arm. Doing a little bit of a lift there. He must be okay. He takes a swing. We're at the top rope. Look at this. Rolls out of the way. Ladder to the top. Hooks him up. Superplex from the top. Down on the corner of that closed table. A second time. World Television Championship on the line. This could do it, and no. Holy Jesus. That man is still laid out on that steel framing. Finally, moving around a little bit, Omega makes the leap. Famouser from the top, face first again, down onto the bottom side of that table. And the Punisher looking to steal it away with a roll-up. No go. Back elbow takes him down, and the challenger in control of the match. What a reversal of fortune here, as the Punisher able to dish it out and take it, and then continue to dish it out some more. From behind, Anthony Omega sets him up. Fireman's carry. Down goes the Punisher. Omega with that back to that steel chair. Look at this, backs it up, afraid of the big man. The big man just kept coming. Runs him into the corner and goes to work with the chair. Repeated shots to that chair. Down goes Omega. Pulling himself back up. Back to his feet, swinging a miss. Step ahead of you on that. Omega steps around, slingshots him into the corner. I'm looking for it again. Omega one more time with this superplex. Can he get him? Looking for it. Down he goes. Down he goes again. Can he capture it? Can he hold on to the television title? The BMF looking to grab one more title before Elimination Chamber, and he kicks out, keeping that dream alive of a three-man stable holding 4 titles. Superman punch lines him up in the corner, off the rope, spear. Anthony Omega going for the cover. No, he doesn't. He goes back for that. He goes back for that steel chair, just to put it back, wasting time. And the Punisher comes face to face with Anthony Omega one more time, steps it under, double underhook, throws him around, down he goes, center of the ring. Television title stays intact with Destruction Inc. and Anthony Omega. There's some of the replays here. What a hell of a matchup here. Absolutely astounding as these guys beat the hell out each other. Look at this replay. Ducks under that clothesline, hits the ropes, and that spear spelled the beginning of the end here for the Punisher, and the World Television title remains in the hands of that man, Anthony Omega. Another hard-won victory for that man as this matchup, this final match, gets ready to get underway as the World Heavyweight Champion / Intercontinental Champion goes one-on-one against the Headhunter in a non-title matchup. IKB said, I'm not putting the title on the line tonight to have to defend it again at Elimination Chamber. The contract has been written up for IKB to not only defend the world title inside of the Elimination Chamber, but the Intercontinental Championship in a second match if he so chooses. Either way, he is wrestling twice at Elimination Chamber, as he will have to defend his Intercontinental title and his world title. The world title will be within the Elimination Chamber. Will the Intercontinental Championship be defended in the same manner? That lies in the hands of IKB, the Iron Man Ken Bouchard. Captain Googly Eyes, the Headhunter, makes his way to ringside. This man monster from the Isle of Fiji. There he is, googly googly. There's one big man, one monster of a man. But he is nothing in compared to the monster that he is about to face here. Two titles around the waist.
From parts unknown, weighing in at 373 pounds, the World Heavyweight
The world title
Champion
and the Intercontinental title. With his stablemate, at least one of his stablemates in tow, as Punisher recovering backstage from his just matchup from Anthony Omega. Of course, the BMF banned from ringside in that matchup. Making their way out here tonight, the Iron Man Ken Bouchard, IKB, the leader of the BMF. And here we go, just a reminder, non-title matchup here. As IKB said he would wrestle a match, but he would not put his title on the line prior to the Elimination Chamber. There we go, big push off by Headhunter, trying to get back to his feet and get some sort of offense against the world champion. Takes the big man down with a knee. Off the ropes, looking for some speed. Up he goes, down, ultimate splash. And the Headhunter has the multi-champ in trouble. Spoke too soon. Boot to the midsection. IKB with the reversal. Turns him around off the ropes. And the discus clothesline takes the big man down, but the Headhunter right back up. Not even feeling the pain of that clothesline, and delivers a big run off the ropes. Looking for an elbow drop. Nobody home. IKB rolling out of the way. Kick to the gut. Sends him around, neck breaker. The world champion in control here at the moment. You see his entourage, a member of the BMF, a hardcore degenerate, the cruiserweight champion. As I said earlier, the BMF absolutely focused on the world television title at the moment. I'm not sure what the ultimate plan is, especially when they could be focused on the tag team titles. And look at this, spinebuster and a pinfall attempt. This could be an early matchup. IKB looking to hit the showers early. But the Headhunter rolls out. Look at this. Rolls out at the feet of the hardcore degenerate who just steps out of the way. And IKB, for whatever reason, decided those steps were too high, allowing the Headhunter time to get up and surprise clothesline. And Bouchard face first into that post, right in front of the hardcore degenerate with that ultimate splash. And Bouchard, his head bounced off that metal post. And I believe it sure is. IKB has been busted open here. And he's still battling it out here, but I think it's taking a toll here as the Headhunter. Headhunter going to town on IKB, right into the barricade, and now for the knees. And again, the hardcore degenerate standing here beside me at the desk. I know you are. That's why I pointed it out, dude. I wasn't saying you were. I was just saying that you were standing here, staying out of the way, without saying you were staying out of the way. Dick. Into the corner he goes. Look at that. Right into the barricade. Focus on your buddy over there getting hit with a fucking baseball bat and leave me alone. That's what. Yeah. Let me call the match, and you make sure the world champion doesn't die. How's that? All right. He's your friend too. And IKB on the outside with that full Nelson's. Look at that slam. Straight up and straight down, shoulders first. And again, this time Bouchard with the baseball bat. Big clothesline again into the barricade. And these two just trading blows here, using that barricade as their main weapon. Bouchard a little unsure what to do with his opponent here, just kind of stalking around him. Sends him into the barricade when all else fails. There you go, the hardcore degenerate suspiciously moving forward here. And look at this, Bouchard. Headhunter can't even stand on his own. And Bouchard just levels him with shot after shot of that baseball bat. Back to his feet, but another clothesline. And Big HD taking a walk to the other side of the ringside area. Sets him up, big backbreaker. IKB follows it up with another. Look at this, one more time. Scoops him up, sets him down with another side slam. And this time, Headhunter into the post. Again, IKB maybe having trouble seeing here with the crimson mask that's been offered up to him here. Main event, what more could you ask for? And IKB makes the attack. Big back body drop. And IKB dazed in the ring. Captain Googly Eyes with the kendo stick. Catching the champ right between the eyes. Blocked. Reverse. Turns it around. And IKB caught up. Could it be? Falcon Arrow on the way. IKB with the reversal and a big chop block taking the challenger down. I mean, no challenge. It's a non-title matchup, but you know what I mean. Circling back around, and IKB could be setting up for that Bouchard bomb. Catches the kick. And the Headhunter hits the Falcon Arrow on the world champion / intercontinental champion. And we got, I was going to say we got an upset. But Bouchard Not only gets the shoulder up, but wisely rolls out of the ring here. But now he's in no man's land. And again, Big HD stepping over here. All right? Yep, coming over here to mind your own business. Yeah, now go over there and mind your own damn business. Thank you. But again, I don't care that you heard me. I said it loud enough for you to hear me. And again, Big HD, I didn't call your... I'm talking about you, Big HD, not to you. Get over there and mind your business, man. Your partner's getting beat up, and he's over here wanting to shoot his mouth off the commentary. Some people's children. IKB on the outside. Look at this. Big stalling suplex at the ringside area. Before letting him down hard. And IKB staying in control. Sends the opponent in. You see the Cruiserweight champ cheering on his partner. And the big Fiji monster back to his feet. Clothesline. Ducks under one. Sends him up for the back body drop. IKB up in the air. Spine buster. Goes for the pinfall. Non-title matchup, but the champ's shoulders are down for a 2 count. Only for 2, and IKB, look at this, IKB looking for a roll-up. Gets a 2 count out of it. Turning on the heat. Head full of steam, and a clothesline takes the challenger outside the ring. Taking his time getting back up and into the ring. IKB with the kendo stick, changes his mind about using it. What's he got in mind? Into the turnbuckles and then just beat. Look at this. Looking for the submission. Looking for something new from the champ. Trying something new here. But the Fijian monster too big. Throwaway suplex. That man just chucked IKB like he was nothing. And then sets him up for another Falcon driver. The champion down, non-title matchup. And what is this? 2 out of 3? What is it, 2 out of 3 falls? Nobody told me this was 2 out of 3 falls? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Good thing I pushed. Non-title matchup, and IKB said he was going to take it easy. At a disadvantage at the moment. Sends his opponent off the ropes. I didn't know this was a 2 out of 3 falls, but IKB at a disadvantage. Looking to even it up here. No go. As the big man gets his shoulder off the mat, IKB back inside. Kendo stick in hand and a boot to the face. Chop. Blocked by IKB. Ken going for it. Reverses it. Turns it into a back body drop. And the Headhunter. The Headhunter looking to go. Looking to go full out here tonight. If nothing else, this man may be placing himself in the Elimination Chamber as one of the 5 challengers. We'll find that out here in just a little bit. But IKB at a disadvantage out of this 2 out of 3 falls Extreme Rules matchup. Gets sent for the ride. Misses with the boot. I'm a step ahead of you. Gave that ending away. IKB sets him up. Spine buster. Pinfall attempt. We're evened up. We're evened up. 2 out of 3 falls. 1 and 1. IKB with the momentum. Picks his opponent up. Drops him for a backbreaker. Holds on to him. Hits him with a second backbreaker. But the man from Fiji back to his feet and still fighting sends the champion into the turnbuckles. Not a good place to be, IKB. This could be it. This could be the Avalanche Falcon driver. He gonna kill somebody. Down he goes. Falcon driver from the top rope. This could be the final pinfall. This 2 out of 3 Headhunter picking up the victory in a non-title matchup. This could have been a world title / intercontinental title. 2 out of 3s, and IKB could be walking out empty-handed. But man, Falcon Arrow after Falcon Arrow after avalanche Falcon Arrow. There it is. Look at this.
Here is your winner.
Bam! The Headhunter. Looking to place his name at the top of the list. Looking to take his name to the top of the list of challengers. And the big question remains, will IKB sign the second contract? How will he defend his Intercontinental title? Will it be one-on-one? Or will it be within the confines of the Elimination Chamber? We will know come Wednesday as we take a look at the news, make sure everybody's alright here from February. Week 3, Morgan Quinn cleared by medical staff but did not have a match tonight. And Bud Marvelous with the betrayal of Prestige. What a shock. What a stunner that was, as Bud Marvelous finally turned his back on Prestige. Do unto others before they do unto you, would be my guess. Lilith picking up the Women's Hardcore Championship tonight, but suffering a minor injury in the process. But she is the Women's Hardcore title, the Hardcore Champion, and she would defend that match, that title, at the very next show. And let's take a look at that very next show, the Elimination Chamber. What does AI say should be going down as opposed to everything else? And I believe Amaya and Alice Angel do get a shot. I say that matchup right there, the Fallen Angels taking on the Pretty Mean Sisters for the women's tag title, sounds grand. Let's keep going. I think we should keep that one. 6-man tag Elimination Chamber for the Intercontinental title. Did he really sign it? That could be what we're looking at. We'll see what happens. Sean Sullivan and Nova. We'll see what happens. Chris Chaos and Trevor the Lawman. We'll see what happens. Jake Wiley looking for the Cruiserweight title. We'll see what happens. Big Bad Adam Boone and Connor Riley and Coyote Kid and Pedro the Owl. The War Raiders taking on those other two. Sounds like a matchup that we need to see the end to. A little bit of a storyline going there between those guys. With the Coyote Kid and Pedro the Owl attacking the War Raiders from behind, trying to get that advantage just a few weeks ago. Chris Andrews challenging for the television title. We'll talk about that. Alexander K going one-on-one with Nick Blackwell. We'll talk about that. Zoey, Yuri, and Empress. I would like to see the ending of that story as well. Where will that end up? Is Zoey, Yuri, and the Empress face off at Elimination Chamber? Ted Rockpage and Psychosis. Remains to be seen how that matchup will go, whether that will be an extended matchup with more members or no. Moving right along, Prestige and Bud Marvelous. It has been signed. It has been signed. Prestige versus Bud Marvelous at Elimination Chamber. We'll see where that goes. Cletus J. Hinkledimers versus Torrance Benjamin for the United States title. I doubt it, Mr. Hinkledimers, you will be defending your tag team titles elsewhere. 6-man Elimination Chamber. We will take a look to see if those are the correct participants. As I said earlier, we will take the champion and the top 5 non-story related, non-rivalry related challengers and line them up As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the news before we go in. Nothing changed there. Nothing to be excited about. The roster, the rivalries, the power rankings. Can't get to the titles from here. Power rankings ain't going to do us any good. We got to leave here and go elsewhere. Let's take a look at the power rankings before we do that. IKB, top of the charts. Sitting as your world champion and intercontinental champion. This man is almost untouchable if you don't count the Headhunter here tonight. Torrance Benjamin, United States champion, looking pretty good as well. Anthony Omega, television champion. Top of the top 3 world champions. Looking pretty good. Well, United States isn't exactly a world title. One half of the women's tag team champions. Jordy, Psychosis, the hardcore champion. Top 5 all champions. Unbelievable. Headhunter rounds it out to top 6. Connor Riley and Adam Boone. 7 and 8. Dean Graves at number 9 and Gabriel Lovecraft filling out our top 10. Angus Gordon, along with Josh Blackwell, Alexander K, Cletus J. Hinkledimers, and the anarchist Piper Ramirez filling out our top 15. The last 5 for the check. Psycho Smoke, Prestige, James Coleman, the hardcore degenerate, the cruiserweight champion, and RWP, our top 20. Let's take a look at some information that we can't find, that we seldom look at. Firstly, let's take a look at these titles. World title, going to be up for grabs inside the Elimination Chamber. Top 5 wrestlers not in storylines, not in a story. We have the Headhunter. IKB will be facing the Headhunter. And again, this is for the world title. James Coleman. Prestige already in a matchup. Nova will be involved. No, Nova will not be involved. Torrance Benjamin will not be involved. He is in the United States title. Angus Gordon will be joining them. That is 4. Logan Hawk going to be in that matchup. And Vulgar the Clown. Your World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber matchup will be the Iron Man Ken Bouchard as the World Champion, defending against Headhunter, James Coleman, Angus Gordon, Logan Hawk, and Vulgar the Clown. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. I'm not sure where that's going to lead. We'll take a look at that. Look at this. The rising teams. This is going to be it's going to be an interesting night to see who ends up with those tag titles. Chris Andrews sitting at the top spot there for the World Television title, and Alice Angel and Amaya top spot there as well. These two poor bastards, Blaze and Chris Nightmare, so close to coming back. Is Chris Nightmare unfortunately not able to return for the Elimination Chamber, but hopefully we will see him soon. Let's take a look to see what the women's division looks like, as well as the Intercontinental. IKB will be defending against, if he decides to do the Hell in the Elimination Chamber. Well, some of these guys getting extra chances here, I guess. No, they're not. We're not going to be able to do that. Remy, Vulgar, Headhunter already in. Adam Boone. Possibility for Adam Boone to join this one for the Intercontinental title. James Coleman already has a match. Prestige already has a match. Nova already has a match. Angus Gordon already in a match. We might have to do something about this. Vulgar the Clown. Zakk the Ripper, Anthony Omega, Buddy Marvelous, the RWP. We could throw RWP in this matchup. Looking slim. Cameron Sawyer. We're going to have to do something. Somebody might have to do some double duty, or the Intercontinental Championship. May have to get somebody else to fill that slot. Perhaps Hunter Singer would fit better in with that, since he would be the United States challenger to Alexander K. This is going to get interesting. We got matchups to figure out. We got matchups to figure out. Let's take a look at the women's division one more time while we're here. Maya, Zoey, Casey. I really can't guess because a lot of these girls. Maya already in a match. Zoey, Casey could be in that matchup. Quindle gonna have her hands full as she deals with Casey Gwen. Who else do we have? Empress, Morgan Quinn. Empress won't be a part of that. She has a matchup with Zoey. E already has a match. Shelly Steele may already have a match. Piper Ramirez is a free agent in this one. Paige a free agent in this one. One more. Who is below Paige? Mama Logan getting her shot as well. Alright, kids. We got our elimination matches our elimination chamber matches figured out. Luck of the draw and all of that. But let's take a look at one more thing we don't normally look at. Let's go here into here and let's take a look at some of these title histories leading into the elimination chamber. Just because I'm feeling good here, it's only 9 o'clock, 2 hours in. Let's take a look at these stats. Hardcore title being held by the Hardcore Degenerate. I'm sorry, the Cruiserweight title being held by the Hardcore Degenerate. Blaze holding that title 3 times for the record. But let's take a look at these days held. 71 consecutive, well, I can't say consecutive days, 71 combined days for Blaze. Coyote Kid coming up just short of that, while the Hardcore Degenerate only holding it for the past 20. Let's take a look at the Hardcore title. What kind of information can we get off of that? Psychosis taking it from Ted Rockpage, taking it from Tank, from Ted to Homer to Tank. Times are Tank, our record holder for most amount of times. Days held a full 99. Connor Riley coming a close second by about 40 days. Homer T and Ted keeping that not bad. Tank with a record of 99 days held. This is going to get interesting here because this will be a consecutive time frame, or I'm sorry, a collective time frame for IKB. Take a look at some of those names. Remy, IKB, Vulgar the Clown, back to IKB, back to James Coleman, back to IKB. Times earned a total of 4 times for a record 4 times. Days held 83 days, surpassing Bud Marvelous. I will say this much: Bud Marvelous's days are shortened. He is actually at 105 days. So IKB, yes, definitely holding the record for season 2. Of course, the all-time record going to Logan Hawk with a 106 days. No, I'm sorry, 111 days. 111 days collective by Logan Hawk. Bud Marvelous still holds the second with 105 days. But IKB looking to extend that in the very near future with 83 days, man oh man. And that is just the world title. Let's take a look at IKB with the Intercontinental title. A couple of times they're under his belt. Prestige with the record 3 times. Alexander with 2, and the Iron Man Ken Bouchard with 2. Days held 90 days, and IKB 69, dude. With a good second, 69, closing the gap, no pun intended, between Prestige and IKB. Wonderful days ahead there. Let's move forward. Look at that. You guys got a sneak peek at it. The light heavyweight that never came to light, hidden away in the archives of AoK Championship Wrestling. Let's take a look at the world title, or the tag team titles. Look at this. They don't even just these guys. Just these guys. Just these guys. Top, bottom. There's a couple in between, right? Look. Go down. There's James Coleman and Adam Boone, and then there's more Hinkledimers. And then there's Joe Jackal. This is rough. Hinkledimers record 3 times this season. And let's look at that. I don't even want to see these numbers. These got to be triple-digit numbers. Have to be triple-digit numbers. Look at this. Holy. The Hinkledimers holding the World Tag Team titles for almost a year. Well over half a year. Collectively. Jesus H. Wowzers. Absolute freaking wowzers. The television title. Let's take a look at that. One of the newer titles. You see the history there from Blaze to Coleman to Logan Hawk to Andrews to Damian Bat into Anthony Omega and Destruction Inc. Times earned. Everybody held at one time. No dual champion there. Interesting. The longest one, Vortex. Vortex coming in with 91 days. That man held that title for a hot minute. In the beginning stages, the United States title. That's right, we're going to look at all the titles. Why not? I got some time to burn. Hunter Singer, El Scorpio, Cletus J. Hinkledimers, El Scorpio, Hunter Singer to Benjamin, or to Torrance Benjamin, your current United States champion. Times earned. El Scorpio with a record 4 freaking times. El Scorpio. But does he hold the days held record? He sure does with 55 days. And I can almost say that's consecutive, but I could be wrong. El Scorpio doing a hell of a job as a United States champion. Where is this man, Torrance Benjamin? Only holding it for the last 20 days. But able to do a good run with it as well. Closing in on the Nick Blackwell and Angus Gordon tie. Looking to tie it up for 4th place. Or I'm sorry, looking to tie it up for 5th place. And being only 1 shy from 4th. As Torrance Benjamin starts his career at AoK. Quindle, the Women's Undisputed Championship. Let's take a look at the history from Empress Sparrow to Lilith to Amaya to Empress to Casey to Gwendol. Times earned, Amaya and Empress tied at 4 times apiece. Man oh man, days held 134 days. The anomaly Amaya kicking off season 3 with an impressive run as the Women's Undisputed Champion. If you need to take a look at that, go back on over to the archives of AoK at YouTube and check out the beginning half of season 3. Get caught all up to date. Hardcore title, going to be a bunch of them here. Morgan Quinn to Empress to Lilith to Zoey Yuri to Shelly Still back to Lilith. And Empress and Morgan Quinn with a tied 3-time championship. Lilith, Shelly Still, and Zoey Yuri tied for 3rd. And days held goes to Shelly Still with 51. And I can tell you those are consecutive for Shelly Still. I believe this is the only time she held them. That is a consecutive 51 days held by Shelly Still. Which not to be oh no, I'm sorry, I do see that's the 2nd time. I'm sorry on that. That is a mistake on my part. These numbers might be high because we don't see them often. But let's take a look. Pretty Mean Sisters tying it up with Casey and Paige for 3-time titles, and PMS holding it with 83 days over 67. And I believe that is our last AoK title. It sure is, kids. So information abound. The World Tag Team titles being held hostage for 227 days. We have 7 of our 13 matchups lined up. Who is going to come out? Will IKB put both the titles on the line inside of Elimination Chambers? Or will he choose a one-on-one match for the Intercontinental and defend his world title inside the Elimination Chamber as the main event Wednesday night? We'll find out as time moves on, but that is all the time I have for us tonight, kids. I appreciate everybody coming in, sticking around, and until the next time, treat each other as you would like to be treated. Peace out.